Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật online channel. Hereafter, 6 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Hanoi, State President meets with delegates of religions, outstanding intellectuals from Ho Chi Minh City. The Dharma Master of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha pays visit to retreat points in provinces of Thái Nguyên and Bắc Ninh. Ho Chi Minh City, Homeland Security Leader, Ministry of Public Security meets with Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Chairman on the occasion of ULLAMBANA. Ho Chi Minh City, Grand Requiem to commemorate COVID-19 pandemic victims. Ceremony for first year review, second year start of the course 9, and opening ceremony of the third class of specialized modified Old Chinese language literature at Hanoi Buddhist Intermediate Seminary. Pagodas solemnly organized ULLAMBANA in Buddha year 2567. The following are the news in details. On the morning of August 16, State President Võ Văn Thưởng received a delegation of religions, ethnic minorities, outstanding intellectuals, and typical individuals of Ho Chi Minh City on the occasion of the delegation to Hanoi in the program Journey of Connections toward the 78th anniversary of the August Revolution Day, August 19, 1945, August 19, 2023, and the National Day of Socialist Republic of Vietnam, September 2nd, 1945, September 2nd, 2023.
At the meeting, the President emphasized, our party and state have always determined that the great national unity is an important strategy, a source of strength, the main driving force, and a decisive factor to ensure the sustainable victory of the cause of the national construction and defense. That source of strength is formed from social forces and components, especially dignitaries, religious honorifics, ethnic groups, talented individuals and intellectuals in society. Over the past 40 years, our country has achieved many great successes with historical significance, fortune, potential, stance and prestige, which have been increasingly affirmed in the region and around the world. These results are thanks to the great contribution of Ho Chi Minh City, people of all genders with a tradition of resilience, dynamism, creativity, and solidarity. On this occasion, President Võ Văn Thưởng proposed to develop science and technology with the initiative and determination of scientists and talents to overcome all difficulties in contributing to the national construction. On participation in education, healthcare, and social security ensured for and secured by religious organizations. The program Journey of Connections was organized by the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Ho Chi Minh City from August 14 to 17 in Hanoi and the provinces of Hà Nam, Phú Thọ, and Ninh Bình, with the participation of 98 delegates, of whom 63 delegates are from Ho Chi Minh City. The Journey of Connections aimed to build the mindset of Ho Chi Minh City leaders toward the biggest goal of building a more sustainable solidarity bloc.
On August 11th, during a visit to a number of retreat points in the northern provinces, Elder Most Venerable TP.HCM paid a visit to encourage devotion of monks and nuns and Buddhists in provinces of Thái Nguyên and Bắc Ninh.
The monks and nuns of the Buddhists of Thái Nguyên province were delighted to welcome the Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, TP.HCM, to visit the retreat point of Phu Linh Pagoda. The visit to retreat point has been maintained by the Venerable Master for many years in order to encourage practitioners to study diligently, to confine their bodies and minds, and to cultivate concentration and wisdom. Reporting on Buddhist activities in the province, Venerable TP.HCM, head of the Provincial Buddhist Board, said that since its establishment, there are nearly 200 viharas and monasteries in the province. Ms. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, Secretary of Thái Nguyên Province Party Committee, also reported on some outstanding social economic undertakings. This is one of the econo-political social centers of the northern Midland mountainous region in which there is a huge contribution of the Buddhists. The delegation of the Dharma Evangelism section, represented by Most Venerable Thích, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, head of the Dharma Evangelism section, also made offerings to retreat point of the Thái Nguyên province and wished the practitioners to enjoy a safe season in the immeasurable and auspicious peace. Encouraging with words of the Dharma, Elder Most Venerable Thích appreciated the economic and social development of Thái Nguyên province that few other provinces could have achieved. Especially, Thái Nguyên Buddhism is in the strongest development stage under the guidance of head of the Provincial Buddhist Board, Most Venerable TP.HCM. On the afternoon of August 11th, Most Venerable TP and the Reverend Honorifics of Bắc Ninh Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board also welcomed the Dharma Master Most Venerable Thích at Đại Thanh Pagoda, Bắc Ninh City. Elder Most Venerable Thích recalled the contributions of the late Elder Thích to Buddhism in Kinh Bắc and asked Buddhist monks and nuns in the province to join hands in building Buddhism in the province in particular and the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in general. On this occasion, the delegation of the Dharma Evangelism section and the economic and financial section also made offerings to the retreat point of Bắc Ninh province, encouraging the practitioners to focus their hearts and minds on cultivating virtue.
On August 17th, Major General Phạm Ngọc Việt, Director of Department of Homeland Security, Ministry of Public Security, visited and congratulated ULLAMBANA of Buddha Year 2567 through Most Venerable TIểng NGAY, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, at MINH Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City.
Major General Phạm Ngọc Việt congratulated the Most Venerable Chairman and other religious leaders, monks and nuns, Buddhists and laymen across the country to welcome the auspicious and peaceful ULLAMBANA season. Major General believed that the Venerable Master would continue to lead the Sangha to develop strongly and guide monks, nuns and Buddhists across the country to live a good life in religious harmony. Warmly receiving the delegation, Most Venerable TP.HCM thanked Major General Phạm Ngọc Việt for the sincerity. Most Venerable said that ULLAMBANA season is an opportunity for the Buddhist children to show gratitude and repay for great favors, gratitude to parents, ancestors, gratitude to the nation, society, sentient beings of all kinds, including heroes and martyrs, compatriots who sacrificed for the independence and freedom of the country. On the occasion of the ULLAMBANA festival, Most Venerable sent best wishes to the leaders of the Ministry of Public Security and Major General Phạm Ngọc Việt and the members of the delegation to be at peace with their hearts and mind and to fulfill their professional duties as well.
At NGUYEN Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, on the morning of August 15, 2023, the Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Board and residential monks at NGUYEN Pagoda coordinated with Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of District 4 to hold a grand requiem for worshipping and praying to commemorate the fallen officers, soldiers, and people who died during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Speaking at the Requiem ceremony, Mr. Thích said, the Grand Requiem this time was to commemorate and comfort the lost souls and their loved ones during the COVID-19 pandemic. In a dignified atmosphere, the smoke of incense mingled with the ceremonial air. The religious leaders in witness had incense together with the public to single-mindedly chant the Heart Sutra to pray for the COVID-19 pandemic victims to escape from suffering, transcending to the Pure Land, praying for the peace of the nation, the eradication of the diseases, and the people living in peace and happiness. On the occasion of the Requiem, the NGUYEN Pagoda Charity Society and the Buddhist lady family of Mr. and Mrs. Trần Văn Lai and Nguyễn Thị Mai presented 150 gifts to families whose loved ones had died during the COVID-19 pandemic.
On the morning of August 14, 2023, Hanoi Buddhist Intermediate Seminary concluded the review of first year and opened the second school year, 2022-2026, and at the same time opened the third course of Modified Old Chinese Language 2023-2027.
After the opening speech of Venerable Thích Trí Như, Associate Professor Dr. Nguyễn Thanh Trung, head of the Modified Old Chinese Language faculty, announced the decision of the University of Education Pedagogy faculty for the new students of the third term of the school to be trained at Hanoi Buddhist Intermediate Seminary. Then, Venerable Thích Trí Tín beat 3 drums to open the school year in the joy of the monks and nuns at the ceremony, signaling that the old school year was over and the new school year had begun. In the review report to summarize the first school year and the direction of activities for the second school year, term 9, 2022-2026, Ninh Thích Đàm Vân, Secretary-cum-Chief of the Study Board said, at the end of the first school year, 162 monks and nuns had good results. 50% of monks and nuns had good academic performance. In addition, the school study board, in association with Hanoi National University of Education, continued to open the third class of the University of Modified Old Chinese Language Literature for 62 monks and nuns. In his bestowing words, Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm expressed his delight at the achievements of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha's training, and he emphasized the importance of the course of education and training the talented monks. As a monk living in the era of industrialization and modernization nowadays, everyone has to update his knowledge and understanding, but he has to be occasionally unchangeable. The Most Venerable reminded the trainers to pay more attention to the school's training program, to accompany the study board to guide the disciples to study and practice, to observe the rules, to maintain morality, and to practice the precepts, practice worship, and study well. Addressing the Venerable honorifics of the school study board, the Most Venerable advised that they should try to dedicate themselves with the responsibility to train more talented monks, considering education as one of the tasks of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Hanoi. Addressing the Buddhist laities, the Most Venerable hoped that they would maintain a firm heart of Bodhisattva, have a firm belief in the three jewels and the development of the Buddha Dharma.
On August 17, 2023, the Kiên Provincial Buddhist Board held a conference on monastic affairs to assess the summer retreat and to deploy the activities of ULLAMBANA of Buddha year 2567 to monks and nuns across the province at Phật Phổ Chiếu Pagoda, Hòn Đất District. Before that, on the afternoon of August 15, 2023, the Provincial Buddhist Guide Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha reviewed the Buddhist performance in the first 6 months of the year and deployed the activities for the last 6 months of 2023 at Quang Âm Pagoda. After the opening speech, Venerable Thích Nhật Tín, it was the report summarizing the first 6 months of the year and the planned activities including 7 key goals. At the same time, the dignitary also agreed on the planned activities during the ULLAMBANA of Buddha year 2567. Concluding the meeting, Venerable Thích Nhật Tín praised the spirit of service of the Venerables and hoped that in the near future, the Buddhist activities of the Provincial Buddhist Guide Board could be fully accomplished, which is the practical solidarity with the ideal of serving sentient beings and offerings to the Buddhas. At Tịnh Nghiêm Pagoda, Tiền Giang Province, on the morning of August 16, 2023, the Abbot Master Nun Thích Nữ Tịnh Nghiêm, the nuns and the entire monastic community solemnly held a ceremony of ULLAMBANA, offering Catherine robe on the occasion of the season of filial piety of the Buddha year 2567. Master Nun Thích Nữ Tịnh Nghiêm, Abbot of Tịnh Nghiêm Nunnery, has a few words to review the beauty of ULLAMBANA festival, the classic legend of boutonniere of pink rose or the lapel rose, and she instructed the Buddhist laity how to stud the roses on the venerable deities. After that, the congregation chanted together in harmony, reciting the sutta on the blessing of filial piety for father and mother, praying for the peace of the nation and the people, for the present parents and relatives to increase their blessing and to increase their longevity, and for the deceased parents to be reborn in a good land. at Sắc Tứ Tam Bảo Pagoda in Hà Tiên City, Kiên Giang Province. Nun Thích Nữ Như Kim, the temple's abbot, solemnly held the Ullallambana and filial piety of Buddha year 2567 and memorials of the patriarchs who built and opened Sắc Tứ Tam Bảo Pagoda. The representative of the Buddhist ashram expressed gratitude for the virtues of their parents, the meaning of lapel rose, and they performed a flower offering ritual to venerable monks and nuns. On behalf of the ashram, Sister Nun Thích Nữ Như Chiếu offered her words of worshipping the Dharma and paying tribute with monastic robes to ancestors who created the pagoda and passed it on to the next generation to continue the network of the Buddha Dharma. On this occasion, Nun Thích Nữ Như Kim gave 200 gifts to support the disadvantaged people. Each gift is worth 200,000 Vietnam dong, constituting a total value of 20 million Vietnam dong. On the morning of August 16, the Most Venerable Thích MINH, abbot of Thiên Quang Pagoda, Đồng Tháp Province, and the local ashram organized the great ceremony of Ullallambana filial piety with the participation of more than 200 Buddhist ladies from near and far. The congregation stood in silence with the profound gratitude of the Buddhas, the gratitude of the ancestors, the gratitude of the parents, the gratitude of the country and the compatriots, the gratitude of all sentient beings. A representative of the Buddhist ladies, on behalf of the ashram, presented the Dharma robes to the venerable Zen dignitaries and honorifics. Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.